We also have tonight another Baruch who's just been in Yeshiva not too long. Baruch Hashem is also doing tremendous amount of steiging. He's from Rabbi Hartman's share. Rafi is from New York.
My town. Before I start the actual Chaburah, there's something I wanted to add in an hour ago. But I didn't know how to figure out how to add it to the Chaburah. So I'll say it now. Chanukah, very important thing about Chanukah is pursuing Nisa. So another way of saying pursuing Nisa is really just a karsatay. That's what we do. Hashem did a lot of Nisa for us over start Chanukah, so we're supposed to give a karsatay. So I would really like to give a karsatay to my Rebbeim. I really feel that in the couple months I've been here, I've gained probably just as much or more than I got in New York. I would like to also thank all the older Bachrim. They've really been role models for first-year guys. Thank you guys. Rishus, my Rebbeim and Chaverim, Sasna. The Gemara in Shabbos, asked the question about is one allowed to count money in front of the, use the letter north, count your money. So it turns out it's a machlekes Rafi and Shmuel. Rafi says you can't. And Shmuel says that since it doesn't have Kedusha in the menorah, that you could. The Rosh on this, he brings down that on Chaf Aleph and Bais, we already said that any tashmish of the menorah is asur. So why in Chaf Bais and Aleph are we mentioning using the light of the menorah to count money? Sure, asur. So the Rosh answers, says that on Chaf Aleph and Bais, we are dealing with a tashmish of keva. You actually sit down for a long time, an hour or two. So that's when it's for sure asur. It's going to be asur because it won't be really a hecker that you're actually using a menorah. It'll be for Shem Mitzvah. I think you're using it just as a lamp to learn or something. On Chaf Beis on Aleph, this is a tashmish arai. Something you're only going to be there for a couple of minutes. Counting money. What you have to do is they have coins. So to be able to tell the difference between the coins, you actually have to put it up to the light. So the Rosh tells us the Chiddush. The reason why tashmish arai is going to be asur, because since your hands, you actually need to put it up to the candle to see it, it's a genai for the candles, genai for the menorah, therefore it's going to be asur. So that's the Rosh explains why keva over there is going to be asur, and arai over here is going to be asur. The Torah brings down the halacha that any sort of tashmish using the menorah for something kaddish is going to be asur. Then he says, and even something of a arai, like counting money, is also going to be asur. He brings down also the Bala Iter, who says that something of chol is going to be asur, but using something of kedusha will be mutter. And then the Torah adds on, he's saying against the Bala Iter, that use the lashon v'loy nehir la'adoni lo v'harash. What the Bala Iter says is not mashma how the Rosh holds. And Bais explains that the reason why the Torah held that any tashmish is going to be asur bein chol ben kodesh is going to be because he brings down the line, says that we're trying, the nace happened with the menorah of the Beis HaMikdash. In the menorah of the Beis HaMikdash, there was no tashmish at all. The menorah was not used for anything. So too, our menorahs cannot have any usage at all. So bein kodesh ben chol, you cannot use the menorah. And Bais brings down the reason why the Bala Iter says that for tashmish kedusha you could use the menorah, like learning, it's because it says it's covered for the menorah. And then the Bais explains on Lo Nehir L'Adoni Lo V'Harash. As earlier we said, the Rosh brought down that before in Chaf Aleph and Bais we're dealing with something of keva, and over here in Chaf Bais and Aleph dealing with arai. And now he said that the chiddush of arai is that since your hands are going to be samach l'ner, it's a genai for the menorah. Mashma is that if your hands aren't going to be samach l'ner, then you could. So long as your hands aren't samach, hands aren't right in the face of the menorah, it'll be mutter. So it comes out that we have a three-way machlekes. Torah holds bein chol, bein kodesh aser. Torah says that something of kedusha is mutter, and the Rosh holds as long as it's not going to be a genai for the menorah, that your hands are going to be right in the face of the menorah, then it'll be mutter. The Shulchan Aruch brings down, says the halacha is that counting money from the menorah is aser. Says that afilu's tashmish kedusha, like learning, is also going to be aser. And there are those who are mater learning in front of the menorah. So the Taz explains, the Mandamer who held that it's aser gamri, even tashmish kedusha, is the Rosh. And we had a problem because before we said that the Rosh held that any time that your hands are going to be samach l'ner, then it's going to be aser. So we said, so long as your hand isn't samach l'ner, it's going to be mutter. So the Taz asks on this, is that telling us that, so even if it's a genai, so long as your hands aren't samach l'ner, it's mutter? It's a very weird thing that you could do something genai to the menorah and still be mutter, not a problem. So rather the Taz explains, is what the Rosh meant is that anything of a rai is equal to keva. It's just as aser as keva. So why did he bring down a very specific case of that your hands are going to be samach l'ner or something of a rai, it's going to be a genai for the menorah? Answers that what the Rosh meant to say was this case of he brought down a case of your hands going to be genai, samach l'ner, it's going to be genai, that teaches us that a bizoi mitzvah is going to be aser. So it's saying that any type of a rai is a bizoi mitzvah, and it's all going to be aser. Taz then brings down, says that the Mandamer held that even tashmish kedusha you could mark tashmish kedusha. So that was the Baal Eter. So that don't think that when the Baal Eter said that it's mutter because of cover, that you think even something keva. Even if you want to sit down for a long time, for 2 hours, learn sefer, don't think that way, because we already said earlier that it'll take away from the hecker of that it's actually a menorah, and you'll just think that it's a lamp. So now it comes out that we actually have just a two-way machlokes. At first we thought it was machlokes Torah held also the Gamri, the Baal Eter said that it's going to be mutter only for something kedusha, and we had the Rosh who said so long as it's not being a genai, your hands won't be something genai. Now with Shulchan Aruch and Taz, we say that really it's a two-way machlokes. Both the Rosh and the Torah agree that it's also the Gamri, no matter what. Bein kodesh, bein chol, bein arai, bein kava, it's all also. The Baal Eter held that in something of arai, kedusha is mutter. And of course the Mishnah Berurah brings this all down, but in the Berlach he does bring down that there are those who hold it's possible you could say that even keva could be mutter, even keva kedusha could be mutter. That's separate. But in truth, this doesn't really apply to any of us today because most of us we have either electricity or a shamash. So you can actually learn by the menorah, and you don't have a problem with actually using the light of the menorah. Even in the times of Rishon, when we're dealing with the Taz, the Torah, the Achronim, but Torah, the Rosh, the Rishonim, they at least have shamash. The Ramah brings out his shamash, the Mechaber brings down in their Noisuf. So why do we discuss all these halachas that aren't relevant to any of us? We don't need it. The answer is because this is exactly what the Yvonne tried to take away from us. This is what Chanukah is about. What we do in Chanukah is we actually fight for the Torah. Fight for Hashem, fight for the mitzvahs, the avodah. And that's what the Chashmonai did. They actually had to fight a physical battle. When there was a rule that Rabbi Elchanan actually brings down. It says that whenever the Torah is attacked, you actually have to fight for Hashem. It's a physical fight. That was them. We don't really need that. The Rishonim, the Achronim, us, our fight is we just fight in the actual Torah. We actually just argue it out. That's what we do. That's how we fight for Hashem. May we all be zeichet to continue fighting for Hashem by learning in yeshiva every single day. Forever and ever. Thank you.
Hashem, we've been zeichen here from the first year Bachman.